volume. Go to the window. That your neighbor that is peppering you, that has been refusing to say yes to you. You've been toasting her sis. My brother, this is the morning to do it. More airtime, more monies to be won, all right, on the show. It is Hello Port Harcourt. Yours truly is Jude, the dude on Mame Bay. You know what? Now that I'm thinking of, see. Let me tell you guys. Hello, I want to tell you something. You see, I'm thinking one of these days, on this show, we will all gather, like 2 or 3 ball and fish women, we just gather them, we just give them small money, we just put them at the gates, the Wazobia gate, we just put them there. Then we will now call some certain people, those of you that have been listening to Hello Port Harcourt forever, we just call them, only on Friday, we just call them. As you just receive your text, bam, you run, reach the gate, collect ball and fish, come out. I don't know. Does that make sense to you guys? If it does, please send me a message. Let's start to work on this. 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. Right? We want to bowlerize the environment. Yes. We go see chop am. Leave all these things. All ye of little faith. Forget all these things. Forget about it, man. Forget about it. Anyway, let's get to our conversation this morning. I have a question for you. Oh, by the way, I'm still giving out airtime on the WhatsApp line. So those of you who have been texting us, get ready. Some of you are going to have your lines shake a little bit. Shake a little bit. What am I saying? Shake a little bit. Anywho, so our conversation started this morning is about pro bono services. Everybody say with me, pro bono services. Now, pro bono means free of charge. Yeah, FOC. That's the other language Nigerians like to hear, right? FOC. Now, there's a problem. And that's the problem that is before us this morning. You see, my question this morning is, why are some people, right, resistant, allergic to paying for services, goods and services? Some people, lawyers are there's meant to be, free services for legal issues. Every time you collect money. True, the lawyers have sections where some cases are being intervened on free of charge. The lawyer goes, represent you, free of charge. Pro bono services. Those services have helped people get out of prison. Those services have helped people not to even get to prison. Some of those services have helped people litigate, land disputes and stuff like that. Yes, but the truth is, lawyers, not every lawyer, in fact, all lawyers cannot do pro bono all the time. Because there are some tasks that will require in-depth research. There are some tasks that will require a lot of traveling. There are some tasks that will require investigations that will go back nearly 10 years, if not more. That's going to cost money, ladies and gentlemen. And the same thing for doctors. You're going to hear very soon. There's an outreach in this area, Akukutoru area. There's an outreach in Sagbama. There's an outreach in Agene Bode. There's an outreach in Urudu village. There's an outreach in Eche. Come, those who are in the village, they will give you free eye drops. They will give you free this, free that, free. Some of you, if you do not hear free, you will not go and take care of yourselves. So sometimes when people come through and they say, oh, the government is not doing well, sometimes even you yourself are not doing well. I'm not accused, I'm only asking. Right? Now, let's move away from doctors and lawyers. Even in the teaching profession, you have some people who say, oh, no. If the school fees is not free, like that church that was having a free education for some students in River State, some people could actually afford it. But they would rather send their child to a free school. And then for some people who couldn't afford it, right, they send their children to school, which is great. Everybody encourages that. But the man will now make money and can actually pay for a teacher or for a school where, tuition. And because there's a free option, no. Some of you will be on the road. You have 500 naira in your pocket and nobody's trying to disparage you or make you feel embarrassed. But you are late for work. And if you don't go to work, sometimes, shishi will not come out. Oh, I'll tell you the history about shishi later on. But instead of you to take the 150 naira bus to your office, you are waiting for the free River State government bus. Every day. You have 500 naira in your pocket, oh. But if it's not free, you will not do. We're almost at the point, ladies and gentlemen, that there are some people who specialize in looking for free meals everywhere. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with freebies. After all, we do a lot of them on the show. But come on, there is a line, isn't there? When we come back, you tell me why some people like Osho free.
Stay with us, Nigeria Info.
I inclusive would love something to come to us in the local parlance free of charge, FOC. But a lot of the things that we use here on this planet cost money to make. Not necessarily, the nairas and coins, but they take time, they take skill sets, and those skills, they need to be rewarded. And right now, money is the only way that we have to reward such endeavors. So when you want to drive a new car, everybody would love to have a new car, right? But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. There are some things that are free, by the way. The air you breathe, free. Ideally, the water you should drink as a human being should be free. But here we are paying for water. Or is it that we are paying for the plastic bottles or the glass bottles that the water come in? Is that what we're actually paying for? Because that water you're drinking, right, whilst it comes from the river, from the ocean, from the stream, or from the ground level, has to go through a process of purification. So yes, if you go to the village, you just drink water, no problem. There are microbes there that can be harmful, but who cares? But if you want sparkling water, yes, sparkling water, mineral water, yes, that's been ionized, and they put something inside, so the water will fortify you. Yeah, great. You have to pay because those things, that process, cost money. So where do we draw the line? That's the question. People want free healthcare. I think you are entitled to free health services, as a Nigerian. That's my own thoughts. After all, some countries do it. But even in those countries, there are certain, operations, there are certain procedures that you, the citizen, you have to make a contribution to make. We all want free transportation. No problem. But if we're getting free transportation, who is going to pay the bus driver? Okay, government. Who's going to fuel the bus? Okay, government. Who's going to pay the person that fueled the bus and that also processed the fuel? Okay, government. So how is the government going to get money to do all these things? So, once again, if you're just joining me, the pro bono question is before us. Why are some people averse to paying for some goods or services? Once again, I think certain things should be free. Education should be free. Healthcare should be free. But even in those countries where they are free, there is still some contribution. And then you come to Nigeria, people say, I have a case in court. If only there was a lawyer that can do it for free. Sometimes some of you go and meet professionals. You tell the professional, please, we need somebody like you to help us do this job. But we want you to use your good nature, the good Christian nature in you to help us do it. When they say that, they basically want you to help them without paying for the service you render. How would that person pay his school fees for his children?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
So 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007, 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. All right, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Now, for those of you who indicated your interest in getting the mathematical set yesterday and the day before, please, you have to come to the studios. All right, tell them at the gate you're here to pick up your gift, math set. All right, show them the text on your phone, and they will direct you to the admin office, and you get to pick them up. Some of you have already come yesterday, but for those of you who haven't, please come get them today. All right, right, so I've credited some of you airtime. Solomon says, "Oh boy, it makes sense. Die, I'm in." Talking about the Bole idea. This one here says, "Good morning. Thanks so much for the. Thanks so much, Jude. That Adele music really entered body. It was the boost I needed to do my morning exercises. You should see the way I'm sweating. And yes, bring on that Bole idea. I'm so up for it. Kachi, thank you very much." And this one says, "My brother, good morning. Who no like better thing? Money no dey reach these days. Our country don't reach to give free education to our junior ones here, but nothing to use the money for school fees for feeding. All the free things is for the poor, not for the rich, my guy." But that's the thing. I do understand, but at some point, the government will go broke. You know how we used to hear of our parents who went to Uniben, who started Uniben and Unilag and the University of Ile-Ife, Ibadan, right? And they had porters and everything. The population was really small back then. Let's be honest. The population was really small. These days, we're talking about several millions of students. It's expensive, people. It's expensive. This is from Sarah. Sarah says, "In an ideal society, pro bono services and offerings should be regular. It's only a sign of good faith that the people trust the system to help them when they cannot help themselves. Unfortunately, some people do abuse the system. Look at America, for example. There are some people who are just waiting for welfare checks every month." Ooh. 9.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Oh, dear. Drop call scenario. So sorry about that. Ooh, sorry. That can be hurtful. I know how that feels. You try to dial the number, it's ringing, then I pick it up, and then it just cuts off. Big apologies there. 9.3 Nigeria info. 017-923-0002. 017-923-0003. All right. Now, good morning, Jude. Air Force things they switch, sha. People feet die because of free things, sha. Think about the stampede that happened at the venue of sharing free things, Clinton, in Port Harcourt. That's very true. It's very, very true. Divine is on the line from Woji. Divine, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning, Divine.
Yeah, in this part of the world, we want everything free. And I believe that's the reason why we are where we are today. If you go to any developed country, just like you said, yes, you have free education, free health, to an extent free healthcare, but the system is working. The man in the street believes if he pays tax to every business he does,
okay,
that the man up there will eat the money and embezzle the money. And then the man up there is fighting that we must pay our tax. When you are not seeing what you have paid before, what is being used for, you are not encouraged to do so. You understand? So by so doing, everybody wants something free, but it's not forthcoming. Just like you said, we want buses, free buses from the government. If, for example, you can subsidize. If, for example, from oil mill down to my one on a normal bus, private buses, is 400 naira. But okay, this is government bus. You pay 100 naira. Beautiful. So that they can fear the bus and maintain the bus when there are problems. The EG could develop fault. There could be other people to change tires. You need to pay the drivers and the conductors. It will come from there. Not the government pays everything free, my brother. Even in free town, food is not free.
Yeah, but Divine, you see that example you gave. I remember when last year or the year before, when the free bus services started for River State, people kept arguing that we have the money. We are River State. We can do free bus. Who are we not to be able to do free bus? We have money. We are billionaires.
That is where we have the problem, Mr. Jude. We have. Should we truncate and kill where money is coming from before we know there's no more money there? No. We must learn to be committed. Look, Mr. Jude, there's something called, is it discipline? No, not discipline. There's a word I want to use. You see, if we are all committed to this cause, you say, look, I know this amount is 400 naira, but I can afford to let go 50 naira or 100 naira. Is it not better for me than to pay 400 naira?
Yes, I think so.
When you're going back for the day, 200 naira. They're paying 800 naira. We say, look, that That God sustain it. Everybody cannot sustain it. Thank you.
Divine Emoji, thank you very much. Have yourself a wonderful day. So the government can start it, but not finish it. Good morning, Jude. First time participating. Free things, they poor Joe. Free things. But they'll still tell you, but not in all cases. Not in all cases. Okay. Now, it's not expensive, my guy. If government won't do one, they will. If government decides to pay an adult 10,000 naira every month, they are equal to the task. If government can provide work, we will pay for our services individually. We receive our salaries. They take it back from university school fees. Who is deceiving who are beg? Allow us be taking free things. Okay. Look, you can never fault a logical argument. And that's why, bring your argument, bring it to the fore. Let's have a debate about it. Let's get to see what can and what cannot be. For PH, Facebook, and X at Nigeria Info. PH, all right, those are the handles that you can use to join in the conversation. We're streaming live, by the way. Do not forget, in about an hour's time from now, we do my first won't play draw for the weekend. It's Friday, baby. We got things to do, places to go, money to be shared, people to make happy, music to dance to. Everything's happening this morning on Friday. I wonder what you will be doing very shortly. My 2.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Yes, Jude, good morning, Mr. Zion from Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Mr. Zion. Welcome.
Interesting discourse. But let's go to the history of the topic you brought. Why do people want free, or our inner parlance here, Jara? Number one, it can be linked to inadequacy, which has produced what they call greed. That is why people demand for that. If it's sufficient enough, articulated, circulated to everybody in accordance as a nation, we will never ask for Jara. It's time to be corrected. Those who have traveled abroad, especially America, Dubai and the rest, is there Jara there?
They say if you buy two, they give you one free, or things like that.
No, it's a sales promo. They call it sales promo to induce their customers. In some cases, before their Ramadan fast or after that, they now out what they call 50% off, sale off. This one is all because they want a turnover for a new calendar year with a new product. But here in Africa, Nigeria, is inadequate facilities, inadequate way of life, inadequate food, inadequate rice. Man, we get 3 children, they go buy 2 cups of rice. You go ask of Jara. Woman, when you get husband and 5 children, they go buy 1 bucket of gari. She go ask of Jara. Inadequacy. But if the husband is working according to standard and being paid, the woman business is going in standard according to the business profits and profit margin, we will not ask for Jara. Our ancestors never asked for Jara.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
To go to history, all these inadequacies we are suffering today, our ancestors never saw it. It is we, our generation, born out of greed, born out of lack and want. I want to hear situations some women will tell their daughter, go and marry a man that have money. Oh. The moment a woman notices that her daughter is beautiful, oh, my daughter, you are beautiful. Now, a rich man go come marry you. Look at the mentality. Why, oh, my daughter, you are beautiful. Oh, read job. To provide our people as a nation petroleum pump price today is about 920.
Yeah, about 920 yesterday.
But why should you be selling it for 920? Automatically, you have created a room for inadequacy. And how much is the salary of those people? Some are receiving just 20,000 naira. That is less than 15 liters. That person was out of Jara. Desire.
Okay, all right. Interesting view there. Wow. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. All right. Good morning, Jude. Thank you, Colette the Math. Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. Free things give a wonderful feeling, no matter how you look at it. Thank you. What you could from Ajib. Well, I think it's not just us you thank. I think you also have to thank the partners. Talking about So Tasty Restaurant, it was a magnanimous offer, and I think it's deeply appreciated. Okay, all right. Oh dear, we just credited somebody with airtime. The person says this number is WhatsApp. Only the SIM card is gone. Oh, bele. It's painful. Oh, that's from somebody who loaded their phone with airtime. Now, good morning to you, Jude. If the government is very truthful, the essence of government is to be benevolent to those they govern. From Ipalibo Taylor Harry. If the government is honest. Okay, so if government is to be benevolent, right? Must everything be free? Let's look at those societies that I know the NHS in the UK, showed us the responsibility of the welfare, health-wise, that is, of the British citizen, right? But like I said, either because of numbers, right, waiting periods or whatnot, some people would go to a private clinic, or because of the degree of difficulty of that particular challenge, you'll be directed to a specialist. So you don't just go there and say, oh, you have cancer, they just have to treat you free of charge. No. You get to see a general practitioner, that's free. They will have a diagnosis, that's free. If it's, more than what the NHS can burden or can shoulder, they will refer you to a specialist and tell you, okay, look, this is what we can do for you. Haven't you ever wondered why, despite the mindset a lot of you have, if you go to America, if you go to Canada, if you go to the UK, it's free. You still come online and you see people still having GoFundMes, right? For somebody with leukemia, for someone with, a fractured rib or something, some disease or a tumor. It's because it's not free. It's not free. The person who got trained as a doctor, as a lawyer, in the case of Nigeria, some will say for medical training is heavily subsidized. But let's look at the past decade, right, of this heavy subsidizing of medical care, or rather of medical training, right? The average med student still has to pay for books. The books are not free. When they send them for rural posting, it's with their own money. So it costs a lot. It really does. And so when doctors say, okay, we're doing free medical outreach here, we'll have ophthalmologists will come and check your eyes free of charge, no problem. So they can do certain things for free. But if you need eye surgery, if you need certain types of lenses, these things cost money. And once again, I'm not holding brief. I'm just saying that if you value this particular thing, you value your eyesight, you value your hearing, for example, you value your health, right? If you can make a contribution, shouldn't you? All right, let me wrap up with some comments there. Say, Jude, leave this your big talk. I hope your Bole festival will be free of charge. Well, like I said, it's an idea. It's an idea I've been sitting on. And that's why I shared it with you. If you guys think it's going to be working, it's something that's great, man, we'll look at the people that can help us make it happen. Now, what about the Middle East countries where most utilities are free? In Qatar and UAE, where citizens enjoy multiple subsidies, President Gaddafi of Libya demonstrated 100% free for most basic things in an African country. Okay, all right. Greetings, Jude. Did you just hear Zion say our ancestors never asked for Jara? Hey, my word. Too much wisdom every day. Only on this station. How do you get to hear premium statement like this? My brother, I surprised. Jara, wow, me too, I'm surprised. My ancestors and a lot of other people's ancestors asked for Jara. So I don't know what the color means. I always find it weird when misinformation are given such public platform. I partly live in the UK, and yes, people ask for extra in the UK too. I find it funny when people who haven't traveled out a lot talk as though there are authorities and the ongoing in other countries. Let me tell you, America just has good PR. Crime rate and anyhowness in America is even worse than in Nigeria. But they just know how to cover themselves by lying through their teeth. Anonymous. It's problem everywhere, here and there. Anyway, we'll take a quick break. We have a commercial coming up very shortly. Information needs to be passed on. And we'll get to the the giveaway section by 10 o'clock, all things being equal. It's Friday, people. Friday!